Okay, Alex, you know how sometimes we talk about things we know nothing about? Well, today, I feel like we're diving headfirst into a topic where one person knows everything about his own body and the rest of us are just bewildered onlookers.
You must be talking about Bryan Johnson, the tech millionaire who's trying to reverse aging.
The one and only insane doesn't even begin to cover it. I mean, we're talking about a man who spends $2 million a year on his body, all to try and not age. It sounds like a sci fi movie plot, but it's his actual life.
And it's not just about looking younger, right? He's aiming for the biological metrics of an 18-year-old across all his major organs. It's an extreme experiment in human longevity.
Exactly. And it started because, despite all his financial success, he founded Braintree, which developed Venmo and sold to PayPal for $800 million. He apparently struggled with depression. He saw this project, Blueprint, as a way to tackle what he calls the death of meaning and control the aging process.
It's a fascinating motivation, taking a very personal struggle and externalizing it into this grand scientific endeavor. But let's get into the nitty gritty of what Blueprint actually entails, because the routine itself is what most people find truly mind boggling.
Oh, buckle up, because it's a lot. Let's start with diet. He consumes exactly 1,977 calories a day, all plant based, and within a very strict eating window, usually early in the day.
So, no late night snacks for Brian, and I hear his meals are specific.
Specific is an understatement. He has something called super veggie, which is a blended mix of black lentils, broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, garlic, ginger, and olive oil. And then there's nutty pudding, a blend of ground nuts and seeds, plant-based milk, and berries.
So, essentially, highly engineered, nutritionally dense gruel, no deviation, no cheat meals, definitely no alcohol. That level of dietary discipline alone would be a challenge for most people.
A challenge, it sounds like a dietary prison, but that's just the food. Then there are the supplements. He takes over 100 pills and dozens of other compounds daily liquids, powders, everything. Things like spermidine, creatine, various amino acids, calcium, AKG, glycine, metformin, even rapamycin, all under medical supervision.
Metformin and rapamycin are particularly interesting because they are drugs with known effects on metabolism and cellular aging pathways, though their long term use for anti aging in healthy individuals is still heavily researched and debated. It highlights that this isn't just about healthy eating, but medically guided interventions.
Right? It's not just a multivitamin, it's a pharmaceutical cocktail tailored to his very specific, constantly monitored biometrics. And speaking of monitoring, his exercise routine is equally precise a daily 60-minute workout combining strength, cardio, and flexibility.
And he even includes specific pelvic floor exercises. That's a level of detail most people wouldn't even consider, let alone perform daily. It speaks to his goal of achieving peak function in every part of his body.
Yes, no stone left unturned. Then there's sleep. He goes to bed and wakes up at the same time every single day without fail. We're talking 8:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. His room is completely dark, cooled, and he wears blue light blocking glasses before bed. He tracks everything with multiple devices.
So, beyond the diet and exercise, it's total environmental and behavioral control. And this is where his team of over 30 doctors and health experts comes in, because he's not just guessing here, everything is measured and adjusted.
Oh, the monitoring is next level. Daily blood, urine, and stool samples, weekly or bi-weekly MRIs, ultrasounds, colonoscopies, DEXA scans for body composition, comprehensive blood panels, vital organ function tests. They're measuring telomere length, epigenetic age, which is essentially how old your cells act, inflammatory markers, mitochondrial health. It's like he lives in an ongoing clinical trial.
And let's not forget the more visible aspects regular laser treatments, chemical peels, and other cosmetic procedures for his skin. It's a holistic approach from the cellular level to the epidermis.
It truly is. But of all the things he does, there's one that stands out as truly bonkers and highly controversial the plasma exchange, or what people colloquially call young blood transfusions.
Ah, yes.
The young blood part. He initially received plasma from his 17-year-old son, then from a younger anonymous donor. The idea is that components in younger blood might have rejuvenating effects.
Which sounds like something out of a vampire movie. And the scientific community, for the most part, has largely dismissed this as having no proven anti-aging benefits for humans. In fact, they point out potential risks. It's expensive theater, to put it mildly.
Absolutely. While there's some interesting research in mice suggesting benefits from parabiosis, where you surgically connect the circulatory systems of two animals, translating that to human plasma transfusions for anti-aging is a massive leap without robust evidence. It's a prime example of where his insane label really applies.
So, after all this, what does he claim? What are his results?
He focuses on reducing his biological age compared to his chronological age. He claims to have the heart of a 37-year-old, the skin of a 28-year-old, and the lung capacity of an 18-year-old. He also points to a reduction in his epigenetic age according to several widely used aging clocks.
Which, if true, sounds incredible on paper. He says he's experiencing less aging in various biological markers than anyone else known on Earth. His ultimate vision is to prove that aging can be slowed, stopped, and even reversed, and to create a scalable protocol for humanity.
And that brings us to the core of the controversy and why many people, scientists included, call his routine insane. Let's start with the obvious, the cost, $2 million a year.
Right? That immediately makes it inaccessible to 99.999% of the population. It highlights this stark inequality in health and longevity pursuits. What's the point if only the ultra-wealthy can even attempt this?
Precisely. It raises questions about the relevance of such an experiment if it can't be democratized. But beyond the cost, there's the scientific validation. While individual components like a healthy diet, exercise, and good sleep are absolutely scientifically backed for health, the combination and extreme nature of Blueprint, especially the supplement load and unproven interventions like plasma transfusions, lack robust, peer-reviewed human clinical trials.
So he's essentially a very expensive, very public self-experimenter, not exactly definitive scientific proof for the rest of us.
Exactly. Many scientists view him that way. The effects he's seeing could largely be attributed to just living an incredibly healthy lifestyle, and the additional extreme measures may offer marginal or no benefit beyond that. The biological age metrics are also not universally standardized or accepted as definitive indicators of overall health and longevity. It's still a developing field.
That makes a lot of sense. You could probably achieve 80% of his claimed benefits by just eating well, exercising, and sleeping consistently, for a fraction of the cost and without the medical team. But what about the psychological and social implications? I mean, this routine is so rigid.
That's a huge point of criticism. Some argue it borders on orthorexia, an unhealthy obsession with healthy eating, and a profound loss of spontaneity. Imagine never being able to have a spontaneous dinner out with friends or travel without a meticulously planned schedule for your 100 plus pills and specific meals.
Oh, I can't imagine. It must lead to social isolation. It's hard to maintain relationships when your entire life revolves around a precise, unyielding protocol.
And it promotes this vision of human longevity that might be impossible or, frankly, undesirable for most. Is this truly a life well lived, even if it's extended?
That's a deep question, and it touches on the ethical concerns, especially around the young blood transfusions. Beyond the lack of scientific proof, there's an ethical dimension to using plasma from younger individuals.
Indeed, the scientific community has largely discouraged the practice, highlighting potential risks like immune reactions or disease transmission for no proven benefit. And some critics argue that the relentless pursuit of an 18-year-old body reinforces an unhealthy societal obsession with youth, devaluing natural aging.
It's almost like he's trying to hack the human experience itself, not just the body. What about sustainability? Can this ever be scaled? He claims his goal is to automate much of it and bring down costs.
That's a long way off, if ever, and it raises a broader philosophical question. Is this a desirable future for humanity? Does focusing on individual extreme longevity distract from addressing broader public health crises or environmental issues that affect everyone?
So, what's the general public and scientific reception? Is he seen as a visionary or a mad scientist?
It's a mix of fascination and heavy skepticism. The public is captivated by the sheer extremity, often with amusement or even a bit of revulsion. Scientists are divided. Some see him as a valuable, albeit radical, self experimenter who generates a lot of data that might inform future research. So, a data point, but not a definitive answer.
Exactly.
Many others are highly critical, labeling it as performative science, an ego project, or simply a very expensive way to live an already healthy life with many unproven and potentially harmful additions. They emphasize the need for rigorous, controlled clinical trials, which a single self experiment, no matter how detailed, can't provide.
So, when we ask what actually works and what's expensive theater, it sounds like the fundamentals, the healthy diet, the rigorous exercise, the strict sleep schedule, those are the things that actually work and they're accessible.
Absolutely, those are the cornerstones of health and longevity backed by decades of research. The hundreds of supplements, the metformin and rapamycin without clear indications, the extreme medical testing frequency, and especially the plasma transfusions, those fall more into the realm of unproven, potentially risky, or simply extravagant additions for which the scientific evidence of benefit is either weak or non existent in humans.
So, the insane part of Bryan Johnson's routine is really the incredibly high cost, the unproven interventions, and the obsessive degree of control rather than the core healthy habits.
Precisely. His experiment highlights the cutting edge and sometimes the questionable fringe of longevity science. It pushes boundaries, but it also demonstrates the significant gap between what's possible for an ultra wealthy individual with a dedicated medical team and what is scientifically validated, accessible, or even desirable for the rest of us. It's a fascinating look into a potential future, but also a stark reminder of the fundamental, often simple things that truly contribute to a longer, healthier life.
And that, Alex, is something I know a little more about now. What a wild ride.